Shit, I'm happy to be here with you all today. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately. I've been actually pretty much quite across Canada. Yeah, it's been pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, I've been flying around. You know, I just got back from Alberta. But going through the security and everything, you know, I'm a bigger person. I'm a chickware, right? So when I'm walking real fast to the fucking security, I'm like sweating away by the time I get there, right? And then they're probably looking at me like, I think she's smuggling. So they're always giving me the extra security measures. And without them even asking, I'm just like, all right. Get in there. Hurry up, get in deep. There's something in there. I promise. Fuck. Don't post that on Facebook. Turn it on Facebook Live. Yeah. I know, right? Take me up. Snake me up. That's my new t-shirt. Take me up, snake me up. Fuck. What? What'd you say? Holy shit. But you know, I'm really glad to be here with you all today. Right in the beginning of COVID, I ended up getting it. And it was pretty scary because nobody had the booster shots at the time. A lot of people were dying from it, right? And so I was pretty freaked out. I didn't know what to do, you know. I was showing symptoms, and I called my friend here in Sudbury, and I was telling her, I was like, you know, I just made this spicy soup, and I can't taste it. And I can't even smell my own farts, you know? And I knew they stunk because they were real warm. And she's like, you better go to the doctor and go get checked out. So, we go check out the doctor and he pulls out this big long swab, I was like, fine. He's like, no, Stephanie, put that away. This is for your nose. So he calls me up the next day, and I freaking knew it, right? I just knew it. I had this feeling in my heart. And he's like, Stephanie, you're positive. My heart just sunk. And I didn't know what to do. So I posted it on Facebook. I got 500 likes. Yeah. And then my mom, she calls me crying, She's like, how come I had to find out through Facebook that you got COVID? So I hung up on her. I don't need that negativity, I said. You know, cousins were sending me, you know, food and medicines. It was real awesome. And other people were holding off on paying me back. To see if they actually had to pay me back. It's been pretty wild. Yeah, but I was really happy though because, you know, some people were really taking care of me. You know, they're sending me batteries for my toys. Yeah, like what was I supposed to do, right? I was in isolation, had no human contact. And I learned what 30 seconds of bliss is really like. Yeah. I'll get into the auntie stories in a bit. How many people here like going to powwows? Yeah. How many people here like dancing at powwows? How many people here like conceiving at powwows? One guy back there. Bringing powwows to Indians is kind of like prom nights to white people. So, you know, if you go out with your friends, you know, you might get all dressed up and dance the night away. By the end of the night, you might snag and get knocked up. I did. Six Nations Powwow, 2004. I have a daughter and her name is Grand River. So a few years ago, I posed a question on Facebook. You know, I was asking, how come there's not very many female power MCs? All right? It's okay, you don't have to agree with me. And people are like, Stephanie, why don't you do it? You know, you're a dancer, singer, you know, you're a comedian too. Why don't you try it out? I was like, fuck no, not me. But anyways, I ended up getting hired. And being on the mic, you can't just say whatever the fuck you want when you're at Powwows. You know? So it took a lot of self-reflection for me. I had to really figure out, you know, myself and how to be more kind, you know? Because I couldn't be on the mic and be like, all right, women's traditional, come on in. Holy fuck, is that Juicy Jen? With all her 12 kids. Just a bunch of different baby daddies too. Fuck. Speaking of different baby daddies, there's mine. Just starts another family without me, that guy. I actually saw my ex-husband yesterday. I saw him at the drum social in Rama. And we're not divorced yet, eh? So I was like, hey, is that my husband? He looked at me like, no fucking chill. He's like, whatever, fuck. Life's too short. Yeah, right? Just to piss off his girlfriend. Don't post this on Facebook either, fuck. Holy shit. But yeah, I was also thinking, like, what would it be like if I was like those misogynistic male MCs, you know? What would that sound like as a female? And so I was thinking, yeah, what the hell? What's going on back there? Somebody give her a shot. I don't care what kind. So what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. So what would it sound like as a female power MC to be like those misogynistic ones, right? What would it sound like? So I'd be like, okay. All right, everybody, please rise. It's grand entry time. And incoming are our golden age men, our grandfathers, our uncles, our silver foxes. The protectors who didn't have to use protection back in their day. This one. Oh man. You know, I'm really loving life right now when it comes to our communities, like Indigenous communities, because everything we touch right now is turning to gold. I fucking love it. Like, give us a round of applause. We're fucking doing amazing out there, you know? All the arts, you know, everything we do. And I was really talking about how, you know, our beaters and our seamstresses, our fashion designers, they're fucking traveling and doing amazing things. Our writers, our comedians, like everybody, we're fucking doing amazing. Yes, and I was telling people, I was on this panel one time, and this white woman was there, and she's like, Stephanie, I need to ask you a question. I was like, yeah, what is it? She's like, can white women wear beaded earrings? I was like, yes, but they must fast for 4 days. Yeah, I did some things you weren't supposed to do in COVID. I dated. Yeah, I dated in Toronto for a bit, and this person was trying to get into my car, eh? And I was like, oh, just wait. I was like, spray yourself with this. And I gave him a can of Lysol. Didn't work out. But I did end up sagging up though. Yeah. He's 24, I'm 40. I know, right? Yeah. My teeth fall out? I'm just kidding, these are still real. No, but it's pretty interesting though, you know, because being a lot older than him, whenever I talk and share stories and stuff, he really pays attention to me, you know? Kind of like I'm his elder. And when he wants to learn new things, like new sex positions, he offers me tobacco.
Oh my God.
That's my brother over there. My brother, me and him share, I go out with his cousin. That's how resi this shit is. That's why he's like, oh my God. I didn't need to hear that, sis. Well, where the fuck you come then? Just kidding, bro, just kidding. I love you. Thank you for showing up and supporting your sis over here. Whew. Man, I went to Cuba one year, and it's my first time going to check out Cuba. But then I got a phone call that my uncle passed away, and so I had to come home. And as I was driving to Wiki, I showed up to the arena, and I was getting out of the car, and I was like, holy shit, man, I just realized I went from plus 30 degrees to minus 30 degrees. You know what? It was so cold when I was getting out of the car. You could see the heat from my Jeep. Taking air, just... So I didn't meet my dad till I was like 6. I was going to school in Wiki and I was asking my mom, I was like, Mom, do I have a dad? She was like, why do you ask? I'm like, because other kids at the Hub Center have dads. So my grandpa's like, it's time for you to go take her to go meet him. So we're driving at Sudbury in that intersection over there at Elm. We're driving by in this car. She's like, see that guy right there? As we're driving through the intersection. She's like, that's your dad. And that's how I met my dad. Oh yeah. Well, my dad's so awesome though. I actually live with him now. I moved from Toronto. I was in Toronto for a fucking long time. And I'm in Sagmouth now. And I live with him. He's older, he's retired now. And so every morning we drink coffee together and we share stories, right? It's fucking awesome. And he was like, my girl, he's like, I really want to renovate this house. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, well, it looks pretty much the same since when I left when I was like 9. You know? And I was like, what about those cupboards there? What are you going to do with those? They're really nice. He goes, my girl, he goes, I made those for your mom. I was like, no way, really? He's like, yeah, she didn't tell you? I was like, she barely told me you were my dad. Okay. I know, right? But this year has been better than I can even imagine. This year, holy fuck. Like being able to write for that TV series that Cheyenne is on. I did that this year. I emceed 10 powwows this summer. And now I'm doing this tour and I'm doing workshops and shit. You know? Fucking A. Woo! And people are like, Stephanie, you know what? You're getting pretty busy. You should consider getting an agent. But we all know what it was like the last time an Indians had an agent. You'll be there, eh? Right on. Awesome. Sounds perfect. My background's in social work. And I just love our people, you know. I've always wanted to do things to support them and identify, you know, the gaps that exist in our community. Yeah, and figuring out ways to support that. And so one of the things I identified lately is I really think we should open up an Indigenous sex shop. Yeah. You know, we can have one portion where it talks about, it educates our people on the history of sex and sexuality in our communities. You know, and we can also make culturally appropriate dildos. Make some in the shape of scone dogs. Maybe a drumstick, I don't know. Have eagle feather ticklers. Whips made out of deer hide. If you want it thicker, you get moose. I was thinking of calling it the Grand Entry. Fucking A. You know what else I was thinking of doing? I think vibrators really need to have a battery percentage on them. Yeah, because there's nothing worse than just fucking giving it, right? You know, like, and then it just dies out on you. And you're like, fuck! So you're all mad, throw it across the room. Then you have to go at it manually. Just like your ancestors. Yeah. And I was also thinking it'd be really cool to have like a vibrator that's kind of like the Roomba. Just knows when you need it. Goes around the house trying to find you. Going up the stairs. And when it's all done and tired, it goes back to recharge. Back to its charging station. Yeah. And it sure is. Anything is possible in this life. Anybody here ever wake up having an orgasm from their dream? It's happened to me recently. I woke up and I was just like, holy fuck, what the hell was that? I was like, this is what happened, everybody. So in my dream, I was bouncing on a yoga ball. And it had a dildo attached to it. So when I woke up, I was like, Creator, was that a vision? Is this how I'm going to make my millions? So I started writing a business proposal. I was getting ready to submit it to Wabatech. Turns out Amazon already sells it for $129.99. So I bought 2. Yeah, it's been a wild time for me. Oh man. So part of being a comedian, when I go out there into the world, I like to try to educate, you know, the things that affect our livelihood, such as the Indian Act. You know, this policy is over 150 years old, and to this day still determines who's Indian and who isn't. Like, isn't that shit fucked up? Fucking right. So like I teach people about the second generation cutoff. So I tell people, okay, like as a status Indian woman, if I were to have a partner who's non-status or Canadian and my children follow suit, my grandchildren lose all rights as a status Indian. Like that's fucked, eh? Yeah. So in my 20s, I had to bypass a lot of dick. The government is such a cock block. All right, Chimigwech, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah. If anybody didn't get a chance to buy tickets, buy some tickets before we do our draw. We're going to do that very shortly. There's a snag and blanket in there. There's some t-shirts. We got some cool soaps. Freaking vibrator. There's a little extra special present in the middle there. I'm not going to tell anybody what it is. You got to win it first. There's a little painting. There's all kinds of cute little things. So that's going to go to Nimki Anjbekung Youth Collective. So yeah, let's give them a round of applause for all the good work that they do in the community. It's fucking awesome. And yeah, come on up, come buy some tickets, and then we'll do our draw. And Zelda, do you have any words to say?
Okay, what do you want?